Hey y'all, so it is April 1st, 2026, and I have been waiting for my last frost, which they say is April 2nd, and I have forgotten to put my peas and my beans out in February. I am like way overdue. So today I am going to have to get my peas in the ground. I don't know if I'm going to get something before it turns hot. It is already supposed to be 84 degrees today. And I'm like, where was spring? We going straight to summer. I'm not sure what's happening. I did get my cool weather crops out maybe 2-3 weeks ago, so hopefully I'm going to get a good harvest from that. But let me show you what I've done so far in the garden. These are my cool weather crops. I have some kale, some mustard, some spinach, arugula, lettuce, some Italian lettuce, romaine lettuce. So they look like they're doing pretty well. That kale is really growing. I always get a good harvest from my kale. Now, this bed last summer was out here in the front of the house. It was kind of falling apart because the land is on a slight slope, and every time it rains it kind of shifted the garden bed. So I decided to move it back here. We will see what happens back here. I do get good sun back here. I did get a new garden bed. Now, how did I get this garden bed? So you all, did you know that certain medical insurance, if you get all your breast exams and your monthly, yearly exams, they give you money for it. Well, I got me a $200 Home Depot gift card, child. You know what I was gonna buy with that? Some garden stuff. So I purchased this garden bed. I love this for me. This is going to be for my melons, guys, because I have so much stuff inside that I said, oh my goodness, I'm running out of garden space. So over here, I am going to plant my beans and my peas. And in the summer, when it gets warm, I'm going to plant my tomatoes and my green peppers. So these are my garden plans, and today I'm getting those peas and beans in the ground. All right, y'all, so correction. It is April 1st, and my last frost is supposed to be April 21st. So I am out here to get these peas, beans, and radishes started. I know I'm late, and it says peas and beans are 50 to 65 days to maturity, but I'm praying that before the summer actually hits, I get some peas, because I love peas and I want to freeze me some. And if you hear some shooting in the background, it is hunting season. So I did see a truck with its hunting dogs this morning. So that's what it is. All right, let's get to it. So I have wet my soil down, and these peas, it says I need to plant them about an inch deep. So I am just going to push them down in the soil now. The peas, it says an inch to an inch and a half. The beans, it said a ½ inch. Now I got this variety of peas this time, and this variety of beans because I did not want to have them trellising. Because when they trellis, you see my cattle panel here, it is hard for me to keep my bird netting around it without the plants weaving through it. And I keep the bird netting around it because we have so many little squirrels and who knows what else around here. So trying to keep my crops. All right, so here we go. Let me see if I need to move you all in further. This is the garden bed. See if I'm gonna move y'all down there. Yeah, so that's the plan, y'all. And yes, if y'all see all my little white balls around here, these are my moss balls. People say they work, people say they don't. And we just I am here in the South, and we all know what lives in the South. All right. And last year I had a black snake in my garden. It freaked me out. I had someone come and kill it. I posted it on TikTok and they wanted to bash me for it, but hey, I'm a city girl and snakes are snakes. So there you go, y'all. All right, now I'm not gonna do this. I don't have any organized way. I don't have any measuring. It says spacing 2.5 feet by 2 inches. Y'all, my spacing is probably going to be off because this is the space I have. But we gonna see what happens. All right. Let's start with the peas. And peas literally are just dried up peas. And these are Cascadia sugar snap peas. Now, the sweet peas, they usually look green. Now, these are supposed to grow in a bush rather than up a vine. So, let's get to planting. We just gonna push them down about an inch, what we think is an inch, into the soil. And that was one whole pack of peas. I have 2 packs, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough space for that because this is gonna have to be all peas, and then that's gonna have to be beans and radishes. I thought I would be able to get peas and beans in here, but it doesn't look that way. Now with the spacing they're telling me I need to do. Well, of course I'm gonna have to build my little fort. All right, now radishes. It say we should have some radishes within 24 days. I don't even eat radishes, but I figured, hey, that might be nice to put on a salad for some crunch. Now it says 12-inch spacing for this. Let's see. I think I'm going to plant these radishes up front here since they will be done soon. And it says sow them half inch and space them 1 inch by 1 inch. I'm sorry, 12 inches by 1 inch. They're pretty tiny. So, we shall see. Just gonna, I guess, gonna sprinkle them and cover them with some dirt. And I'm gonna water them in. Let's start on these beans. Now I think these are, yes, these are a bush bean. So that is not gonna trellis either. And that's how the beans look. And this, they don't really tell me on this package how, oh yes they do. Half depth, 4-inch spacing, 55-day harvest. All right, so these are bigger so I can see them better. seem to be so resilient. Even though my spacing ain't right, plant seems to be so resilient when they are actually outside in the real soil. I am going to push these down. There we go. We have gotten those planted, and we are going to build our cage, our bird netting cage around it. All right, y'all, I built my bird netting cage around it. I am watering it in. And there is my spring garden. I thank you all for hanging out with me as I plant the rest of my spring garden. It's late, but I'm praying. Lord, let me get some peas and radishes and beans, bush beans. All right, y'all. Remember, you can follow me if you like my content on TikTok at dtim50 and on Instagram at dtim70. And as always,